Hi, Sean and Eunice. Michael Christensen here. Thanks for watching my video. Just got done talking to Alan and want to record you this video. I've known Alan for about 3 years now. We met at an innovation group meeting called Coffee and Concepts here at a local developers, entrepreneurs, co-working space. So that's how I met Alan. Yeah, we've been friends for about 3 years because we resonate pretty much on all levels, from technology, entrepreneurship, health and wellness especially, and as of last year we are on a quest to absolutely change the world when it comes to health, cancer avoidance, prevention, and other diseases, just to name a few. But yeah, Alan tells me all about what you're working on as far as energy generation, power generators, things like that. I'm a former mechanical engineer from the University of Arizona, and I worked at Boeing back in the 1990s from 96 to 99 at Rocketdyne, building rocket engines for Atlas and Delta launch vehicles. So I have a love of science for sure, and Nikola Tesla and free energy, zero gravity, quantum energy, plasma orbs, disappearing Singapore airliners, you name it. That's right up my alley. Wormholes, you and I could have one heck of a conversation, I'm sure. And I absolutely love what you're doing. 1 second here, there we go. So, yeah, Alan tells me that you're interested in the 3 protandems, collagen, just to name a few. So, real quick, forgive the wind, it's a little breezy out here. Just out walking the dogs. So I got a couple little critters here. I got Sunny here, and then hey, Lizzie's my husky. Anyway, yeah, we're just out here on a beautiful Idaho day. So to the information. So Protandem NRF2, you are familiar with already. It is the most longevity promoting discovery in the history of health science, according to Washington State University. And a little over 20 years ago, Dr. McCord had a list of 41 natural phyto compounds. And in his words, he says, I quickly narrowed them down to 5: green tea, bacopa, milk thistle, turmeric, and ashwagandha. And they tested each one individually, and they didn't do much of anything for the human body, obviously to their frustration. So what else do you do when you strike out like that? Well, you throw them all together, right? So they did. They threw them all together, and they found that the result was an 1,800% increase in efficacy compared to the sum of the individual 5 parts. And they found that by feeding it to pretty much every single mammal, you had a 40% reduction in oxidative stress, according to your T-bars data, your T-bars test, your lipid peroxidase. That declined by 40% in 30 days, and most people had a 70% reduction in oxidative stress in about 90 days. And if you know all about oxidative stress, well, oxidative stress is the #1 cause of aging, disease, including cognitive impairment, heart disease, cancer, you name it. Oxidative stress destroys all that is good in your body, your mitochondria, cell walls, everything. And and so 20 years of millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars have been spent to research Protandem NRF2 just to find out it does exactly what they say it does: a 40 to 70% reduction in oxidative stress in every single human being. So that's why it's important. Helps with inflammation and just disease prevention. But if you already have disease, well, it has definitely helped a lot of people reverse their conditions, and we have abundant testimonials on our private page that you are welcome to see sometime. All right, so that's NRF2. NRF1 came out just after that, and they found that it increases the population of mitochondria in your cells, about 10% of your cell mass, excluding water, of course, is mitochondria. And mitochondria turn fat and glucose into energy. And as you get older, your mitochondria die off because of oxidative stress. And some just sit there like zombies and do nothing. And that's how you get a cancer cell. A cancer cell has no mitochondria or inactive mitochondria, and so your cell has to ferment sugar to survive, and you get a cancer cell. So Protandim NRF1 has CoQ10, grapeseed extract, acetyl L-carnitine, and a couple other things in there. And it's all natural, like I said, plant-based phytonutrients. And when you take it, it stimulates the increase of mitochondria population in your body. So that's why, and the more mitochondria you have, the less likely you are to have cancer. And of course, since mitochondria generate 95% of your energy in your body, your life force, the more mitochondria, the better, the more energy you have and the less cancer you have. So then a few years later, whatever, they came out with Protandim NAD, and your body needs NAD, NAD plus, NADH, and CoQ10 in order to make energy, your ATP. So your mitochondria take in glucose or fat ketones, combine it with CoQ10 and NAD plus, NADH, and you get energy, ATP. So as you get older, after middle age, you have about 60% less NAD that you had when you were a kid or a teenager. And what they found is that the Protandim NAD product doubles your NAD and sirtuin levels in 24 hours. So going back to Protandim NRF1, if you increase the population of mitochondria, you need more NAD, NAD plus, NADH to make energy. So you can get all of that, in fact, a doubling of those essential coenzymes by taking the Protandim NAD product. So together, each one is like $60 a month, but if you buy them all as a triple pack, the tri-synergizer of all three Protandims, you save yourself like 20%. You get all three for $150 US, as opposed to buying them individually for about $180. So that is the Protandim story. And then on the collagen side of things, for you and your wife, they found 4 years ago that ruby quinoa extract, the grain, magically, or I should say divinely, reactivates your genome to produce collagen like you were decades younger. Because after age 30, your body shuts off about 400 or 500 genes. And I'm going to cross the street here in a second. And your collagen factory goes dormant, and you start losing about 1% of your collagen every single year after age 30, and it never stops. The good thing is you can stop it. You can stop it by reactivating those genes in your DNA by using ruby quinoa extract. And they find that by doing so, you get about a 42% increase in collagen density using the quinoa combined with 2 wild-sourced collagen sources, peptides, that provides 10 peptides, 2 collagen sources from wild-caught tilapia and catfish. And they put those into the mix with the quinoa extract, and the collagen flip book photographs show that in as early as 21 days, but up to 5 or 6 months, people can turn back the clock on their body's collagen by years, if not decades. And since 80% of your intestines are collagen, pretty much all your skin is collagen, 90% of your eyeballs, hair, skin, nails, knee joints, hip joints, wrists, you name it, discs in your back, it's all collagen. And so if you can restore that, your life is going to be tremendously better. And so, yeah, 4 years ago, the LifeVantage collagen product came out. It is the only collagen product that really targets the DNA. It is not a collagen supplement, though they put collagen in there as building blocks for your body. It is a collagen genome activator, which is why they ask $150 a month for it, because most people just take collagen and it never gets assimilated into your body. This product assimilates the peptides, but reminds your DNA how to manufacture collagen. So it takes those fish peptides and then turns them into your own collagen. So that is that, I think. So I think those are the key things that everybody needs to know. And I'll wrap it up by saying two more things. The NRF2, what it does is it's a low dose phytonutrient activator, and it goes every 1 tablet a day, activates receptors on your cells, and those receptors send signals into the cell and wake up a kinase protein, which then goes and tells a KEAP1 protein to release an NRF2 protein. That's how they get the NRF2. It's actually a protein in the cells in your body. And that NRF2 goes in and activates hundreds of genes in your DNA to make antioxidants like you were a newborn child. And that's not my words. Those are the inventor's, discoverer, scientist, Dr. Joe McCord's words. He tests the lead investigator from ABC News, and they found that his oxidative stress had declined from 52 years of age. It declined to that of a newborn baby, is what Dr. McCord said on live TV on ABC News. So as far as the collagen goes, moving over, I had one more thing to say on that. So the collagen increases your superoxide dismutase antioxidant levels by 2,700%. And it increases your catalase internal antioxidant levels by 202%, just with the collagen. Superoxide dismutase is the antioxidant that really neutralizes your free radicals. And if you can increase that 2,700%, then you do the math. That's powerful. You combine that with the Protandim NRF2, which increases your other antioxidant, glutathione, by 300%. And to be, let you know, it does increase your superoxide dismutase by about 36% and your catalase by 54%. So the two combined, NRF2 and the collagen, you're looking at 2,700% more superoxide dismutase, 300% more glutathione, and 200% more catalase, which is the holy grail or powerhouse against free radical and oxidative stress damage in your body. All right, I'll leave it at that. Look forward to getting to know you better, and someday having a conversation on futuristic technology, which isn't really futuristic. It's just been hidden away by the powers that be. And I truly believe that magnetic energy, 0-point energy, and all that stuff, it's there. I believe in Tesla, and it's just been quietly swept aside. But someday we'll talk about it. All right, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.